There's a lot more than just COVID to be afraid of out there, folks.
Welcome to Brett and Eric Discuss.
Today, we're going to discuss the dangers of vacation. So, COVID's incredibly contagious. I just watched a video a couple of days ago from Dr. Mike Hansen. We've mentioned him before on this channel. Great YouTube medical practitioner. He indicated that a patient in a hospital was quarantined due to another illness and infections that he or she was getting over, still became infected with COVID. He marveled at that because he didn't understand how an environment that was intended to keep someone from getting infections was still able to allow them to catch a COVID infection, and there were no nurses or staff that were infected in that general area. So this stuff is really, really contagious. COVID is dangerous, right? We understand that.
Correct. And there was that 37-year-old veteran in Ohio that passed away from COVID. And according to WBTV News, he didn't have any pre-existing conditions. And he was publicly against masks, and he publicly said it on his social media.
Yeah.
And you know, Eric, from our previous video, you talked about people on your vacation weren't wearing masks. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. It's true. There were a lot of people that weren't wearing masks. In fact, I worked with someone that actually fell ill and passed away as well after 12 days only. So It can be incredibly frightening. So yeah, being around people without masks and people that aren't social distancing, it's crazy. I mean, that's really, really scary when you think about it. People your age passing away. But let's talk about something less grim than COVID, maybe the brighter side of danger here. There are a lot of other things that are dangerous during vacation, right? Traffic's obviously dangerous, but the Post magazine actually ranks the most deadly things that you can do during vacation. Do you want to go through the list and see what they are?
Sure.
So, obviously, number one is driving related, right? Especially if you're traveling abroad and you're on the wrong side of the road, or maybe you're driving a vehicle you're not familiar with, something like that. Number two, believe it or not, vacation death is drugs. Apparently drug-related accidents or overdoses and things like that. Number three, believe it or not, is also another D, drowning. Yeah, that's spelled with a D, Brett.
Oh, awesome. Didn't know that. Hey, be nice. Thank you for enlightening me.
I guess a lot of people swim once a year when they're on vacation or something, and they get into some bad situation. But no, I think what people get more adventurous and they try things, and they get in over their head, literally, and drown, which is unfortunate. But do you know what a close number 4 is?
No.
Oh, you won't be surprised by this.
4?
Come on, you grew up in Canada, played hockey.
Beer?
Alcohol related, exactly. So
I shouldn't stereotype like that. That's not nice. It's really not nice.
I shouldn't stereotype, but I know you well enough. So listen, if you're on vacation, be careful on the roads. Don't use drugs, and wear a life jacket.
Those are good points. Sounds like a staycation. Sounds like a real good idea.
It might be a little safer, I think. You know.
But what else is on that list, Eric?
Yeah. Okay. So number 5 is unfamiliar animals, like going to Canada and trying to pet a polar bear or something.
Yeah.
A crocodile rodeo in Australia. I don't know, but apparently. India estimates that 45,000 people a year die from snake bites. A lot of them could potentially be tourists. So there are a lot of dangerous animals in places that you travel to that you may not be familiar with. Even in the United States, when you're up in the northern part of the country, there really aren't any deadly snakes or anything. But you go to the south and there's 4 or 5 different species of snakes that can kill you, or at least hurt you badly.
Wow. From my notes, number 6 is actually selfies. Are you serious? Selfies?
Yeah.
You know, there's an article in a Wikipedia page talking about people that die from selfies on vacation is greater than the people that die from shark attacks.
I believe it, yeah. Have you seen how stupid people get with these selfies sometimes?
Well, I guess the moral of the story is do not take a selfie with a shark while you're in the water at the beach.
Yeah, that would be a good
Point. Very serious point there.
That is a good point. Yeah, I don't like to be around sharks. I mean, personally, if they're on the other side of the aquarium wall, okay.
And your kids try to pet it. Right?
That's right. Still, something you should keep in mind: selfies, right? Like, be careful, people. Do you take many selfies, Brett?
No, not really.
Do you know how to take a selfie?
Shh, come on now, be nice. Let's move on here.
Okay, let's move on.
There's a list of 7 common related health issues according to health.com. Why don't we run through that?
Yeah, so we can do that, but I'll tell you, my number one concern when I travel, and I travel for work a fair amount, is always stomach virus. I'm always afraid I'm going to get something that causes vomiting and diarrhea, and that is no fun while you're traveling. But I don't think that's on the list, is it?
No, it's not on the list. That is pretty crappy, and we do know you're kind of a delicate guy, so you got a delicate little system. So I can imagine it is a problem for
That's
you.
me.
But on the list, number 1 is heartburn. You know, which heartburn, even if you're on a staycation, you know, if you eat too much, you eat the wrong foods, that could be an issue. Muscle soreness, believe it or not, is number 2. And then heat-related illnesses like heat stroke and dehydration. That's pretty obvious. So stay hydrated, folks. When you're on vacation, when you're working in the yard, if you're just going for a walk, always make sure you take water. You never know how the day is going to go. True. And of course, on vacation, motion sickness. That's pretty typical, often for kids, and not knowing the type of your vacation you're going to have. And blisters on your feet. And I'll tell you, Eric, those cute little shoes that you normally wear, how comfortable are they?
Not comfortable.
And I will tell you,
enough.
my wife, this is a common problem with my wife. We always need to have extra Band-Aids.
Yep.
Sometimes I've had to run to the drugstore to buy some soft, foamy sandals to help her out.
Yeah.
But we know you got those cute little shoes, so take care of yourself.
But they look
and
so
number
cute.
6, yeah, I know. Well, I don't want to go too far down that road. But number 6, sun poisoning. If you burn yourself too badly, besides the skin peeling, you can have fever and chills.
Yeah, I've been there before.
No fun.
That's terrible.
No fun.
No. So I guess the point you're trying to make here is that people have been hearing these warnings about using sunscreen and eat a balanced meal, don't overdo it, make sure you drink plenty of water. Like literally, have been hearing that for decades, right? But they still do it, and they just never listen or they never learn, apparently, right? That's just a vacation thing.
People get excited. People can't control themselves. They're having fun. You normally wouldn't eat as much. You wouldn't normally drink as much of alcoholic drinks and so forth. But you're having fun. You say, "Hey, I'm just doing it this week. It's okay. I'm not too worried about it." And then obviously, it affects your health, temporarily and maybe permanently. You got to be careful.
Yeah. So I guess be careful of COVID on vacation, but don't forget the basics. My personal opinion, I think the same people that are likely to overeat, get heartburn, not use sunscreen, and stay on the beach all day, bring the wrong shoes, and try to take a 10-mile hike in the mountains, are probably the same people that aren't going to be wearing a mask, and they're not going to keep social distance from you. So if you
Good point.
If you see someone with a sunburn, stay back. They're not really concerned about their safety to begin with.
That's a red flag to say.
Red.
Yeah.
That's good. I see
red.
what you did there.
Very, very, very much red.
Yep.
Kind of like this color of my shirt.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, you want to wrap up here? We're about 10 minutes in. Keep this one short.
Yeah. Basically, the list of dangers, the unusual activities, sun, heat, food, beverage consumption, be careful, stay away from them.
Yep.
Then also the 3 Ds that Eric talked about: driving, drugs, and drowning. And if this happens, this is almost like the 4th D when we were in elementary school, if you remember the shows like Leave It to Beaver, and that's dunce. You'll be wearing a dunce cap. So that's the fourth D I'm going to add to this list, Eric.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. So listen, folks, thank you for wrapping it up, Brett. Have you been injured on vacation? Do you know anything particularly dangerous to avoid this year that we haven't talked about already? Maybe there's, I don't know, a virus or a bacteria bloom in an ocean beach somewhere. Share your stories with us. We want to hear about it. Let's please comment down below and keep this discussion going.
Hey, thanks for watching Brett and Eric discuss. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give us the thumbs up.
If you have any comments, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment down below.
Also, if you haven't already subscribed yet, please do so.
Next to that subscribe button is a notification bell. If you like these videos, ring that bell. Have you been injured on vacation? Do you know anything particularly dangerous to avoid this year during vacation season? Do you have any stories that you want to share? If so, please comment below.
Yeah.
Okay, that is so cringy and embarrassing.
Call Brett and Eric. That. Rush now. There's a discount. $500 discount for the first meeting. You're welcome. Sure, I'll do anything you want. I'm still rolling. Okay, I'll just send this to, oh great. Okay.